Ah, Rolex Explorer. Such a refined, go anywhere, do anything kind of watch. A luxury piece that goes way under the radar, clean and not too flashy. My favorite version of it, my grail watch in fact, is the smaller cased 36mm Explorer 1. The old references from the 1990s and the 2000s, not the new ones that were just released. But among its many virtues, it has one major drawback. I can't afford it. I mean, I could probably save up to buy one if I put some money aside every month for a couple or more years, but I could never justify buying it, not when I have 2 kids and a mortgage, and the Rolex Explorer costs like a year of college tuition, give or take. My money-saving abilities really should go towards my family, not some archaic form of time-telling, be it awesome as it may. So I have 2 choices. I can either fantasize about having a Rolex Explorer, when realistically I never will, or I can settle. I can try and look for a good enough substitute for what I really want. Hi guys, welcome to my affordable watch collection. My name is Aviv, and today we are going to take a look at the Alpha Rolex Explorer Homage. We're going to go over all the specs and measurements and try to find out if it scratches my itch for a Rolex Explorer, and more importantly, should you get one for yourselves? This watch was purchased on eBay by one of the channel's most avid viewers, someone who has been supporting the channel from day one, and that someone is none other than my own loving mother. She bought it for me as a birthday present, and it cost her $140 from an authorized Alpha dealer located in Lithuania. Alpha make these with blue and white dials as well if you like those more, and the Jubilee bracelet is also available. Alpha Watches is a company operating out of China. They sell their watches either from eBay or their extremely outdated website, where you can also commission them to do custom work for you. The watch came in this cute little felt pouch. I got an orange one, but I did see pictures from people who got different colors like green and red, so I can only guess that they are sent out in random. Either way, it's always nice to have something you can use again later, rather than another box that is just going to take up closet space and gather dust. Inside the back pocket, there's a signed and dated 1-year guarantee card and an instruction card. So the width of the case is indeed 36mm. Its thickness is 11.5mm. The distance between the lugs is 20mm. Lug tip to lug tip is 44, and the watch weighs 110 grams. Its stated water resistance is 50 meters. The dial is black and has a matte finish. I'm glad they didn't go with a sunburst effect, because the original Explorer doesn't have it either, and it would ruin the look for me. It has a white printed minute track on the edge of the dial, and the classic Explorer 1 indice layout, a downwards facing triangle at the 12 o'clock position, the iconic 3, 6 and 9, and batons everywhere else. All are applied, highly polished and filled with lume. The Alpha name and logo are printed under the 12 o'clock marker, 1993 beneath those, and automatic, water-resistant 5 atmospheres printed above the 6 o'clock Arabic. We have classic Mercedes-style hands, as you would expect of a Rolex Homage. They too are highly polished and filled with lume. The color of the lume on the hands is different than the lume on the indices. It is green, while the indices are white. The lume is pretty poor, and probably my least favorite feature of this watch. It shines in a pretty dim green light, and it is unevenly distributed. Some parts on the indices seem to have trouble lighting up at all. As to the longevity, you've probably guessed that it fades out really fast. Covering the dial is a flat sapphire crystal, ever so slightly protruding over the bezel. Whether or not it has an anti-reflective coating, I'm not sure, but it does provide great scratch resistance and will look fresh for years. The case is made of 316L stainless steel and mimics the shape of the Explorer case. It has a pretty coarse brushed finish on the tops of the lugs and a highly polished finish on the fixed bezel and the sides of the case. One of my favorite features of the original 36mm Explorer case is the contour of the side profile. The lugs curve down beautifully in a fluid motion in such a classy way. Overall, I think Alpha got the shape of the case pretty spot on, very true to the original and very satisfying to look at. On the 3 o'clock position we have a small screw down crown, signed with the Alpha logo. Screw it out and twist up to hand wind the movement. Pull it out to the first operating position and you are met with a ghost position. Nothing will happen when you twist the crown here. This is because this movement has a date complication that doesn't get utilized in this no-date watch. Some people are bothered by a ghost position, but I honestly couldn't care less. Pull the crown all the way out, the seconds hand will stop its sweep, and you can set the time. This is a screw-down case back as well, Rolex style. It has Alpha 1993 laser engraved on the center, and the watch's reference number, stainless steel, water resistant, automatic, engraved around the edge. The Alpha Explorer is powered by a Seagull ST1612, an automatic movement made in the Tianjin factory in China. It has 21 joules and it beats at 21,600 beats per hour. It has 36 hours of power reserve. It hacks and it hand winds. This is a pretty basic, yet reliable and cost-effective movement. The watch comes on a stainless steel oyster-style bracelet. It is brushed on top and polished on the sides of the links. These are solid links, but the end links are hollow. The end links have female middle links, so there's no added length to the 44mm of the case. The links are held together with screws rather than push pins. That will make adjusting the bracelet much easier. Another thing to note about the bracelet is that it has 2 half links, one on each side of the clasp, and this should help you get a better fit for your wrist. The clasp is pressed, it too is brushed on top and polished on the sides, and it has the Alpha logo pressed on top. It closes with friction only, no buttons here. It has 6 micro adjustment holes, which is more than enough, and a little laser etching of the name and logo on the clasp itself. On wrist, this is just brilliant. This is exactly what I wanted. A good-looking, low-key sports watch that doesn't scream, "Look at me," but is still very pleasant to look at. All of this, of course, is thanks to Rolex, not Alpha, but Alpha did do a good job in portraying some of the look and feel of wearing the real thing. The small size makes it a great everyday watch, one that you won't get tired of quickly, and in fact, I have been wearing this watch most of the time since I received it, preferring it over larger watches. Legibility is great, the hands pop out against the black dial with no problem, and the watch also looks good on many different straps, although not as good as on the bracelet in my opinion. I know I used to say that I'm more of a strap guy than a bracelet guy, but lately I did come to appreciate the way watches look on their original bracelets. This bracelet is comfortable enough and looks great too. It is quite a short bracelet though. I only had to take one whole link out to make it fit my 7-inch wrist, so if your wrist is larger than probably 7.5 inch, the bracelet just might not fit you. Let's take a look at the pros and cons of the Alpha Explorer Homage. Cons first. Well, this is not a Rolex Explorer. This is not an original design, and it falls short when you compare it to the original. On the design side of things, it looks great, but there are a couple of things that stand out to me that should have and could have been done better. First thing is the handset. I think the hands could look better if they were just a bit bigger and beefier, and I wish they were less green to match the indices. The second thing is the Alpha logo on the 12 o'clock position. This thing is just big and ugly. There's no way around it. I wish they could find a better way to do that. On the functionality side, this watch has two main drawbacks: the bad lume and the bad clasp that makes the bracelet feel a bit cheap. This, by the way, is easily fixable by replacing the clasp with a proper milled one you can find on AliExpress for a few dollars. And last but not least, on the con side, the price. The $140 that it costs on eBay, or roughly around $120 on the official Alpha website, are but a fraction of the price of a Rolex Explorer, but for the specs you get with this watch, I would expect it to be cheaper. In fact, the Cadisen C8053G Datejust Homage has pretty much the same specs: stainless steel, sapphire crystal, Sigel 1612 movement, including even the bad lume, and it will cost you around $70, a significant price difference. The pros are pretty straightforward today. This is a good looking watch, a successful homage, design-wise anyway, a very nice and wearable size that will also be perfect for anyone with smaller wrists, a great gather watch that will not look out of place in any environment, whether it's a day at the office, a friend's wedding, or mountain exploring. You also get a stainless steel construction, an automatic movement, and sapphire crystal, which are always great to have. So, does it scratch my Rolex Explorer itch? With all of its flaws, it most definitely does. Sure, your $140 can go towards a different watch, a more original design like maybe a Seiko 5. But this is what I wanted. This is the look I wanted. And this Alpha was the best way to get it. And I absolutely love it. Now, should you buy one now? Now that's a different question. When I ordered my Alpha, Rolex didn't announce the release of their new 36mm Explorers yet, so this Alpha was pretty much the only valid 36mm automatic Explorer homage in its price point. Now that the new Explorers are out, I am expecting that more companies, like maybe San Martin or Pagani Design, will start making better, more modern 36mm Explorer homages. The demand is there, so it only makes sense that they will, and maybe we should all hold on and see what comes out next. However, if you can't wait, this is a very enjoyable watch. You can ask pretty much anyone who owns one, and they will tell you the same thing. Like always, I will leave links for you in the description of this video for this watch and for some straps I really like, including the straps I used in this video. These will be affiliate links that will not cost you any extra money, but will go a long way in supporting this channel. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my affordable watch collection, and hit the notification bell for more affordable watches related content. You can also follow me on Instagram and get to know me and my collection a little bit better, get all the news about the channel, and connect with me on a personal level. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy one of these too as well. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.